Apple's newest iPad is here, and we're going to check it out. Apple released an iPad Pro back in March, and there are two new iPads this fall. The basic iPad is the one that I have here, 8th generation. This is $329 and replaces the cheapest iPad before, but it's also got a brand new processor. Let's unbox it and talk about it. So there isn't a lot that's new with this iPad. If you want a really fancy new one, the iPad Air coming out in October is going to look a lot like a Pro for less. But this is the iPad that a lot of people are going to want to get because it's less expensive. $329 gets you 32 gigs of storage, but this is 128 gigs of storage, which is $429. I would pay up for that. This also has cellular, my review version. The cellular costs a pretty expensive chunk extra, $130. I wouldn't do that. Now, let's take a look at what's in the box. Not surprisingly, an iPad. Now, this is the same 10.2-inch display that the last iPad had. Whoops, let's just put that back in there. The same 10.2-inch display as the previous iPad, and a lot of the same features otherwise. The difference is a bump up to an A12 processor over the A10. Let's take this off. The iPad is pretty self-contained, but if you want to get accessories, they're available. Apple Pencil and a keyboard case, but they're not the most recent Apple accessories. They're the ones from previous models. There's a side connector here, same as a smart connector from the previous iPad and the iPad Air of the past, and that works with some Apple smart keyboards. And the Apple Pencil that it supports is the Lightning one, so you're going to need to connect it with the Lightning port on the iPad. This does not have USB-C, so that's kind of a bummer. But it is an Apple Pencil, so there you go, and you probably can get these on sale for a little bit less. The keyboards that it supports, you could use a Bluetooth keyboard, but you can also use side-connected keyboards like Apple's Smart Keyboard. A different one than the one for the next iPad Air or the iPad Pro. But if you dock it, there you go, just like a lot of other iPads. That's nice to have, and you could also get some options from Logitech and other companies. But before we go, let's see what else is in the box. I'm curious about the charger, because that's one of the new things that comes inside. Unfortunately, it's not USB-C. No, it is not. If you want USB-C on an iPad, you're gonna have to get the iPad Air, the new one that's coming in October, or the iPad Pro. Here's your documentation. Apple stickers as always, but here is the charger. Now, it has a USB-C on one end and a Lightning on the other. If you have a recent iPhone, you've seen this before. So the charger here is where the USB-C goes in. The Lightning is where it goes into your iPad. I mean, I guess that's nice because you could use this with more recent MacBooks that have USB-C. But it means that if you have a lot of older plugs around the house, you're going to need to hunt one of these down. I mean, USB-C is getting pretty common. The charger here is also faster charging. In particular, it is let's take a look, 20 watts. 20 watts. That is a significant step up from 12 watts, which used to be packed in with the iPads. Didn't mean to sound too excited about that, but Apple and new chargers don't always happen. This should charge faster, and on the iPad Air, it's going to charge faster still. But for the entry-level one, faster charging is a welcome thing. Let's clear this stuff away for a moment and get back to the iPad. iPad 8, I've just been using you for a few moments, but you know, I can tell this is an iPad that you're probably going to get. This is the entry-level one. People don't like to spend a lot on iPads if they can help it. The price on this is really good, and the performance boost is a welcome addition. As I keep using it, I'll keep having thoughts, and stay tuned for a full review. But that's a first look at the newest iPad, which I really wish had come out in the summer because I feel like a lot of people would have liked to have bought it for their kids, and now school has started. But we'll work that out, I guess.